Every brand promises reliability. Every dealer swears their engine is the best. But when I started digging through hundreds of warranty claims, recall notices, and service records, one name kept appearing, over and over again. Engines failing 4 times on the same boat. $20,000 repair bills denied. Owners stranded. Warranties worthless. And the brand behind it all? It's probably sitting in your marina right now. Before you buy your next outboard, you need to see what I found. Drop a comment below. Which brand do you think it is? I want to know your guess before you watch. And if you're serious about protecting your investment on the water, hit subscribe and ring that bell, because the marine industry doesn't want you to see what's coming next. In the world of outboard motors, 5 names dominate the conversation: Mercury, Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, Tohatsu. Walk into any marina from Florida to British Columbia, from the Gulf Coast to the Great Barrier Reef, and these are the brands you will see bolted to the transoms of fishing boats, center consoles, and family cruisers alike. Each company has spent decades building its reputation. Each promises performance, durability, and peace of mind. But today, we are not interested in marketing slogans or glossy boat show presentations. We are interested in something far more revealing: what happens when these engines fail, and how each company responds when owners come looking for help. Let us begin with the numbers that matter most: warranty coverage. Honda and Suzuki offer what the industry calls a true 5-year factory warranty. This is not a promotional add-on. It is not a third-party service contract. It is a direct promise from the manufacturer that for 5 full years, they will stand behind their product. Honda calls theirs the True 5 warranty, and they make a point of emphasizing that coverage on day 1 is identical to coverage on day 1,825. No decline, no fine print that erodes your protection as time passes. Suzuki matches this commitment with their own 5-year factory limited warranty, which covers defects in materials and workmanship from the moment of purchase. Tohatsu, a Japanese manufacturer that also builds engines sold under the Mercury badge in smaller horsepower ranges, offers the same 5-year standard coverage. Then there is Yamaha. Their base warranty runs 3 years, with the option to purchase an extended service plan, the YES program, that can stretch coverage to 6 years total. It is a solid offering, and Yamaha's reputation for reliability is well documented across decades of service. And finally, Mercury, the largest outboard manufacturer in North America, offers a 3-year limited warranty as standard. They supplement this with their Gold and Platinum extended protection plans, which can be purchased at additional cost to extend coverage further. These plans have their merits, and many Mercury owners swear by them. But here's what most buyers do not consider when standing in a dealer showroom. The length of a warranty is not just about coverage duration. It is a signal. When a manufacturer offers 5 years of factory-backed protection at no additional cost, they are telling you something. They are saying, "We believe this engine will perform without major failure for at least 5 years. We are confident enough to bet on it." When a manufacturer offers 3 years as standard and charges extra for more, they are saying something different. They are hedging. They are building a business model around uncertainty. This distinction matters. And as we dig deeper into warranty claim patterns across these 5 brands, that distinction will become impossible to ignore. When Mercury Marine launched the Verdue in late 2004, it was unlike anything the industry had ever seen. Supercharged, computer-controlled, whisper quiet at idle, the most technologically advanced outboard motor ever built. Dealers could not keep them in stock. Boat builders redesigned their transoms to accommodate the new power plant. Magazine covers declared a new era in marine propulsion. For a moment, it seemed Mercury had leapt a generation ahead of the competition. But within months, the first troubling reports began to surface. The original Verdue block featured a design element called oil squirters, small jets intended to spray lubricant onto the back of the pistons for additional cooling and reduced friction. It was an innovative approach borrowed from high-performance automotive engineering, but in marine applications, subjected to the relentless demands of saltwater, heat cycles, and wide-open throttle runs, the design revealed its limitations. The block could not reliably produce more than 275 horsepower. Engineers had pushed the architecture to its ceiling. Then came the timing chain failures. The Verdue ran on a timing chain rather than a belt, a durable, low-maintenance choice under normal circumstances. But owners discovered that if they ran the engine at full throttle and then immediately shifted into reverse, the sudden load reversal could cause the chain to jump. In severe cases, this damaged the lower unit. In the worst cases, it destroyed the powerhead entirely. Between 2004 and 2007, a pattern emerged. Cylinders 5 and 6, the bottom two cylinders in the inline 6 configuration, began losing compression over time. Slowly at first, then noticeably. Owners reported rough idle, reduced power, and eventually complete failure. Mercury issued service bulletins. Warranty claims piled up. And there was another problem, the bell crank. This component connected the shift cable to the shift shaft running down to the lower unit. On early Verados, the bell crank had a tendency to seize, leaving owners unable to shift gears. Fixing it required unbolting the engine mounts and physically lifting the powerhead out of the cowling. Mercury responded with a service bulletin and a warranty extension for affected serial numbers. To their credit, Mercury addressed these issues. By 2008, the Generation 2 Verdue arrived with most of the early flaws engineered out. The platform matured. Reliability improved. Today, many mechanics consider the later inline 6 Verados to be solid, dependable engines. But here's the pattern that concerns us. Mercury innovates first, then fixes problems as owners discover them. The company's engineering philosophy prioritizes being first to market with new technology, superchargers, digital throttle and shift, joystick piloting, the V8 platform in 2018, the V10 in 2021, the V12, a 600 horsepower monster, that same year. 3 entirely new engine platforms in just 5 years. Innovation at this pace creates complexity, and complexity creates failure points that do not exist in simpler, more conservative designs. Now consider the warranty experience of actual owners. One Mercury customer, documenting his experience on a major boating forum, described owning a pair of 2016 Verdue 350s covered under Mercury's Platinum Extended Warranty Plan. When a head gasket failed, he paid the dealer $1,800 for a diagnostic teardown. The dealer could not determine the root cause, so they attributed the failure to a faulty gasket. Mercury denied the warranty claim. The quoted cost for a new block, $20,000. The owner still had 3 years of platinum coverage remaining. Mercury's extended plans, it turns out, explicitly exclude gaskets and seals under their normal wear and tear provisions. The engine failed. The warranty existed, but the fine print made the coverage meaningless. This is not an isolated story. Across forums, across Better Business Bureau complaints, across conversations with dealers and mechanics, the same theme repeats. Mercury's warranty infrastructure is vast, but navigating it successfully often depends on having the right dealer, the right documentation, and the right failure, one that falls outside the exclusion clauses. When you ask independent mechanics, professionals who service all brands and have no dealer affiliation pushing them toward one manufacturer, the responses are remarkably consistent. One mechanic with 30 years of experience offered his recommendation to a friend shopping for a boat: Yamaha first, Suzuki second. And if you want me to work on it, do not buy a Mercury. That is not marketing. That is a career's worth of observation, distilled into a single sentence. The numbers tell a story that brochures never will. Consider the case documented in a Better Business Bureau complaint filed against Mercury Marine in 2024. A family purchased a 2022 Crest Tritoon powered by a Mercury 154-stroke engine. By the end of that first summer, the engine failed catastrophically, what the owner described simply as blew up. The dealer repaired it under warranty. The family returned to the water. Within 10 minutes of operation, the engine failed again. They tried once more. A third failure. Mercury replaced the powerhead entirely. The family picked up their boat in spring of 2024, hopeful that their nightmare had ended. They logged fewer than 10 hours on the new powerhead before it. 2 failed. For catastrophic engine failures on a single boat over 2 years. Exposed to that is a boat under factory warranty. Yet Mercury denied coverage on the 4th failure, attributing the damage to fuel contamination. The family bought their gasoline from the same station that services every other boat in their area. Boats that did not experience repeated engine destruction. This is what warranty denial looks like in practice. Not a form letter. Not an impersonal corporate policy. A family who spent tens of thousands of dollars on a boat they have never been able to use for a full season. Now let us examine what these failures cost when coverage does not apply. A power head replacement on a Mercury Verdue 350 carries a quoted price of approximately $20,000 installed. The diagnostic teardown alone, the process of disassembling the engine to determine the cause of failure, runs $1,800 at most dealerships. That fee is non-refundable, even if your claim is ultimately denied. For those who purchase third-party extended warranties after factory coverage expires, the costs are staggering. One forum member reported being quoted $4,300 for just 2 years of coverage on a 225 horsepower EDC. Another paid $3,000 for 3 years of Yamaha extended coverage on a 115 horsepower outboard. Meanwhile, Honda owners pay nothing beyond the purchase price. Their 5-year factory warranty is included, comprehensive from day 1 through day 1,825. The math is not complicated. If you purchase a Mercury outboard with a 3-year warranty and add a Platinum extended plan, you have spent additional money for coverage that may exclude the very failures most likely to occur. If you purchase a Honda or Suzuki, 5 years of factory protection costs you nothing extra, with no exclusions for seals or gaskets buried in the fine print. But the true cost extends beyond dollars. There is the lost season, the summer weekend spent waiting for parts, waiting for service appointments, waiting for warranty decisions. There is the anxiety of being 50 miles offshore, wondering if today is the day your engine decides to strand you. There's the resale value that evaporates when a boat's service history reveals repeated major repairs. And there's something harder to quantify: trust. When an owner posts on a forum that their Yamaha F-150 ran from 2005 to 2021 with less than $1,500 in total repairs, that is not just a maintenance record. It is a relationship. 16 years of reliability. 16 years of confidence every time they turn the key. When another owner describes 4 engine failures in 2 years and a warranty claim denied, that relationship is broken. Not just with Mercury, but with the entire premise that a manufacturer will stand behind what they sell. The marine industry runs on trust. When that trust fails, owners do not forget. The question that lingers beneath every warranty claim, every forum complaint, every mechanic's warning is simple. Why? Why does Mercury, a company with vast engineering resources, decades of experience, and the largest dealer network in North America, generate more warranty controversy than its Japanese competitors? The answer is not about engineering quality. It is about engineering philosophy. Mercury innovates first. They introduced supercharging to outboard motors with the original Verdue. They pioneered digital throttle and shift systems. They developed joystick piloting for outboards before anyone else brought it to market. They released the V8 platform, then the V10, then the 600 horsepower V12. 3 entirely new engine architectures in 5 years. This is genuinely impressive. Mercury pushes boundaries. They take risks. They deliver performance numbers and technology integrations that competitors take years to match. But innovation at this pace comes with a cost. Every new platform introduces new failure modes. Every first-generation technology carries unknowns that only reveal themselves after thousands of hours of real-world operation. The Veredo's early oil squirter design, the V12 steering position sensor issues that triggered a recall in 2023, the Gen 2 digital throttle systems fault codes that prompted a Federal Boat Safety Act notice in 2025. These are not signs of incompetence. They are the predictable consequences of being first. Yamaha, Suzuki, and Honda follow a different model. They iterate slowly. They wait for technologies to mature before adopting them at scale. Their engines may lack the headline-grabbing specifications that dominate boat show conversations, but they also lack the first-generation growing pains that send owners to service bays. There's also the matter of the dealer network. Mercury's presence across North America is unmatched. More dealers means more access to service and parts. But more dealers also means more variation in quality, training, and willingness to advocate for customers during warranty disputes. A skilled Mercury dealer with strong manufacturer relationships can make ownership seamless. A less capable dealer can leave you stranded with a denied claim and no recourse. The warranty structure itself reveals priorities. Why do Honda and Suzuki offer 5 years of factory coverage, while Mercury offers 3 years plus paid extensions? Because extended warranties are profit centers. Industry insiders describe them as extremely profitable for those who sell them. A 3-year base warranty with a $3,000 extension generates more revenue than a 5-year inclusive warranty, especially when the fine print excludes common failure points like gaskets and seals. This is not a conspiracy. It is a business strategy, but understanding it changes how a smart buyer evaluates their options. So what should you do with this information? The answer is not to dismiss Mercury outright. That would be an oversimplification of a nuanced reality. Plenty of Mercury owners run thousands of hours without incident. The V8 Veridos introduced in 2018 have earned praise for their reliability and refinement. The Gen 2 Inline-6 Veridos corrected the early platform's flaws and have proven themselves over more than a decade of service. Mercury builds powerful, technologically sophisticated engines that deliver performance numbers their competitors struggle to match. But going forward, you should go in with your eyes open. Here is the framework that emerges from analyzing hundreds of warranty claims across all major brands. First, read the fine print before you buy. Ask specifically what is excluded from coverage: gaskets, seals, electronic components, corrosion damage. These exclusions vary between manufacturers and between warranty tiers. Know exactly what you are purchasing and what you are not. Second, calculate the true cost of ownership. A $45,000 Mercury with a $3,000 extended warranty is not necessarily cheaper than a $50,000 Yamaha with 5 years of factory coverage included. If the Mercury fails outside its coverage terms, the math changes dramatically. Third, research your dealer as carefully as you research the engine. A strong dealer relationship matters more than brand loyalty. Ask other owners in your area about their warranty claim experiences. A dealer who advocates for customers during disputes is worth driving an extra hour to reach. Fourth, consider where the technology sits in its life cycle. First-generation platforms, like the original Verdu, like the new V12, carry inherent risks that mature platforms do not. If you want bleeding-edge performance, accept that you are participating in real-world testing. If you want proven reliability, look for engines with 5 or more years of production history. Fifth, check recall history. A brand with multiple Federal Safety Act recalls is not automatically disqualified, but the pattern tells you something about their development timeline and their willingness to release products before every issue has been resolved. Let me be direct about what this investigation reveals. Mercury is not a bad company. They employ talented engineers. They build engines that win races and power boats across every ocean on Earth. But their philosophy prioritizes innovation over caution, and their warranty structure prioritizes revenue over comprehensive coverage. For some buyers, that trade-off is acceptable. For others, it is not. In the end, every outboard motor is a bet. You are betting on engineering, on manufacturing quality, on the dealer who will service it, and on the company that will stand behind it when something goes wrong. A 5-year factory warranty says, "We will be there." A 3-year warranty with expensive extensions says, "Perhaps." And when you are miles from shore with an engine that will not start, perhaps is not good enough. Choose wisely. The water is waiting.